Now we'll move on to the second case study to be presented, which is on Islamabad, Pakistan. And we are joined online by Muhammad Mansha, town planner at Islamabad Capital Development Authority, Pakistan, who will give a talk titled Lighting, Life, and Culture. So, Mr. Mansha, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Good to see
Good
you
afternoon,
again.
Saul.
Okay, so we could hear you fine, so we are more than ready to hear what you have to share with us.
Let me share my screen and I should start my presentation in a few minutes. There's a problem in screen sharing.
Okay, we don't see the screen, but we see you in a large screen.
Yeah, I'm trying it out. Screen sharing is not working properly.
So you're not allowed to share the screen?
When I click here to share my screen, it is message appears screen sharing has failed to start. Please try again later, error code 105035.
So the host has allowed you, given you permission to share the screen. So all you need to do is to press button to share the screen. Let's try it one more time.
I'm pressing it, but it's not working. Can they share my presentation, which I have emailed?
네, 혹시 지금 공유가 안 되면 가지고 계신 파일로 지금 바로 올려주실 수 있을까요? Yes, we could do that for you. I think it is on.
Okay.
There, can you see it okay?
Yeah, it's okay. Now, my screen sharing, I think, is also not working properly.
Okay, I think we have actually uploaded your material that you have sent us on the screen, so maybe we could just go with that.
Okay.
Just tell us when to, flip the page.
Yes, please turn. My presentation, first of all, I just want to introduce myself and a little bit about my profession and city. I am town planner here in Capital Development Authority, Islamabad, and I'm working here since last 15 years. We are basically urban planners and city planners. We plan the cities and design the infrastructures and corridors for development of the cities. And Islamabad, is the second most beautiful and naturally beautiful cities, capital of the world. And my presentation here includes importance of smart lighting, and a little bit introduction to my city, and statistical analysis and some pictorial illustrations regarding city lighting on the importance occasions we celebrate here in Pakistan. So let's start, please. First of all, please, previous slide, please. First of all, I would like to, previous slide, please. Previous one, please. Previous, importance of lighting. Yes. Light has biological and psychological effects that can impact the health and well-being of humans, An adequate amount of light can improve mood and energy levels, while poor lighting contributes to depression and other deficiencies in the body. And the second important point is the brighter and twinkling lights do have the psychological response from the nervous system, more alert, more aware, and can bring about these feelings of happiness. Artificial lighting is also considered as the foundation of architectural buildings. It can change the perception of space, the shape, textures of materials, and improve their aesthetic. It also plays an important role in ensuring the comfortability of occupants and inhabitants of those buildings. Lighting in our buildings and cities is set to form the backbone of a digital network. This revolution is transforming light fittings into smart devices which can monitor and control our environment. The last and not the least important point of smart lighting is there are three important aspects of artificial lighting, which are aesthetic, function, and the third one is the efficiency. By combining these three important aspects, we can get more sustainable and efficient smart cities with smart lighting. Next, please. Advantages of LED lights. Use of LEDs to illuminate buildings and outdoor spaces reduce the carbon dioxide emission of lighting by an estimated 570 million tons in 2017, which is roughly equivalent to shutting down 162 coal-fired power plants. LED lighting uses an average of 40% less power than fluorescents and 80% less than incandescents to produce the same amount of light. Lighting accounts for nearly 5% of global carbon dioxide emissions, and global switch to energy efficient LED technology could save over 1,400 million tons of carbon dioxide and avoid the construction of 1,250 power stations up to the year of 2025. With savings of up to 50 to 70%, LED lighting has been recognized as one of the most actionable and ready to implement technologies for cities to transition to a low carbon economy and peak emissions in the next decade. Next, please. Lighting and cultural festivals, which we mostly celebrate in our country and definitely in Islamabad. And here is the list of those occasions and events. First is New Year celebrations, Pakistan Day, which we annually celebrate on 23rd March of every year. And Pakistan Independence Day, definitely 14th of August. Defense Day, 6th of September. Eid Miladun Nabi, which is our the biggest religious event on which we illuminate and glow our houses, residential buildings, public buildings, government offices, which is celebrated at 12th of Rabiul Awwal, which is the Islamic calendar. And Christmas Day, the minority lives in our country, is mostly Christian, and they celebrate it on 25th of December. And other festivals like food, music, and cultural festivals occasionally are celebrated in Islamabad city. Next, please. Here are some pictorial photographs. These are the real pictures taken during celebrations, which I want to show how lights and cultural and events are celebrated here in Islamabad. This photo is taken on New Year celebrations and Kika Mall, Islamabad. Next, please. And these two pictures are taken on Pakistan Day celebrations. The first, which looks like Eiffel Tower, this is a replica building, a replica of Eiffel Tower built in Lahore, Bahria Town, Lahore. And on the right side, it's the building of our Parliament House, which is illuminated on 23rd of March. Next, please. And Pakistan Independence Day celebrations are celebrated on 14th August of every year, and these are the real pictures of lighting the important buildings in the capital. Next, please. And lighting at Faisal Mosque, this is also the real picture. Faisal Mosque is the biggest mosque, one of the biggest mosques in Asia, and we illuminated it recently on 18th of October, which is on this day we celebrate 12th of Rabiul Awwal, the birthday of our Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. Next, please. And this is the lighting on religious celebrations, religious functions, which usually celebrated on the shrines of our religious personalities, which are celebrated yearly or quarterly. Next, please. And these are the Eid festival celebrated in Islamabad, and the lighting, you can see that how they illuminated the Eid on that Eid. Next, please. And this is the Christmas Day celebrations, lighting on Christmas Day celebration. Next, please. And the city lighting in Islamabad, we will throw light on how city lighting is functioning in Islamabad. And here is urban lighting strategies are able to transform a space into a place, unlocking the potential of the urban built environment. Lighting in our buildings and cities is set to form the backbone of a digital network. Following steps have been taken by CDA. CDA means Capital Development Authority, which regulates, this is a governing body here in Islamabad, which is responsible for development of the capital and to improve the light in Islamabad. CDA, in collaboration with NECA, National Energy Efficiency and Conservation Authority, is taking measures to provide effective conservation and efficient use of energy in all sectors of the economy. Replacement, second step we have taken here in Islamabad is the replacement of old conventional lights with LED lights on streets, roads, avenues, public buildings, and central parks of the city. And third one is the installation of LED lights on roads, streets, parks, markets, public buildings, and gathering places in private housing schemes, which are based on solar panel system to lower urban lighting energy consumption. Awareness among the public regarding latest and efficient energy saving techniques, methods through electronic and print and social media. Arrangement of exhibitions and expo centers to promote the smart lighting industry. And these exhibitions and expos have not been conducted during the last 2 or 3 years due to COVID-19, but through online workshops and seminars, we have promoted the LED lighting importance in the city. Next, please. This is the current position of installed street lights in Islamabad. High pressure mercury vapor lamps, they are total installed in Islamabad are 14,000. Their power is 250 watt. These are installed along major road streets. The second one is high pressure sodium vapor lamps. These are the old conventional street lights lamps which are still being used in Islamabad. Then you can see that these are 26,000 lamps are installed with power capacity of 200 to 250. These are installed astride main roads, streets, and LEDs, light emitting diodes. These are only 5,000 with 120 to 180 power watt. These are installed at sector F9 Park, which is 4 square kilometer area, Motorway Link Road, Club Road, Faisal Avenue, Islamabad Expressway, Srinagar Highway. So you can see that total installed street lights in Islamabad are approximately 45,000, out of which only 5,000 are LED lights, and rest of them, almost 40,000 are conventional mercury and sodium vapor lamps, which consumed a lot of energy and also are not good for traffic lights and for the emission of these are radiations are not good for the human health. And we are working on it, and with the passage of time, all these street lights will be replaced by the LED lights, which are being imported from mostly from China and being installed on the main roads and street lights. Next, please. Street lights infrastructure in Islamabad. Here is a little summary regarding those infrastructure development in Islamabad. Number of street light poles are 24,185. Street light cable network is 2,000 kilometers length, and total number of light fixtures are 44,561. Total number of conventional light fixtures are 34,561. Total number of LED light fixtures are 10,000. 5,000 are already installed, as I explained in the previous slide, and 5,000 are being installed, and old vapor and mercury incandescent lamps are being replaced by these LED lights. Next, please. This is the project we have recently completed in Islamabad on main highways with the LED lights installed, and this is the real picture taken by me. And you can see that it gives a beautiful look, and atmosphere is very clean and neat, and visibility is also enhanced, and it looks more beautiful as compared to the other conventional lights. Next, please. And these are a few pictures, real pictures of Islamabad, night view of Islamabad. You can see just to illuminated and glowing city night view. Next, please. This is also one of the views. Next, please. And these are the lighting at cultural events. We usually have lights at, this is right picture on the right side is of the Pakistan Monument building. Cultural festivals are usually celebrated on it. So this is just like an open air environment there, and on the left side it is a Lok Virsa museum there, and where we have cultural events, festivals, where a large number of people and local inhabitants of the city usually participate to see those cultural activities. Next, please. And this is the music festival being celebrated in Islamabad. At on the background, you can see that the picture is being is developed through those light reflections. And next, please. These are the lighting at wedding events. We are the part of our culture. We illuminate our houses and buildings and marquees and hotels with the lighting on our wedding events. Next, please. Here are some statistics regarding lighting, LED lighting in Islamabad. Globally, LED lighting market is projected to grow 45% per year, and LED lights production is expected to reach 63 billion from existing 13.6 billion up to 2022. Total length of cabling network, aluminum cable, the infrastructure laid in Islamabad is aluminum cables. The length, total length of this independent system in Islamabad is 2,000 kilometers. Approximately $10 million per annum are being paid by CDA to electric supply companies which are private on account of electric bills for street lights in the whole city. And if we will replace all those conventional lights which are vapor and mercury lamps, then this amount we are paying to the private companies regarding their expenses on the electric supply to the city will also be reduced. Solar system project with capacity of 0.8 megawatt is installed in the central park of the city, which is known as F9 Park, to lighten the park area measured 4 square kilometers with LED lights. And this is the pilot project we have recently completed in Islamabad, where a central park of the city, which is at sector F9 Park, which is 4 square kilometers. This is the central park of the city, and we have installed 0.8 megawatt capacity self-sustained system there, which is, and the whole of the park has been illuminated and installed with LED lights, and old conventional lights have been replaced, and which really attracts the people at night. And a number of functions we arrange there for the to facilitate the general public and inhabitants of the capital. Next, please. These are some facts and figures. People in Pakistan are spending exorbitant amount on conventional incandescent lights. In all over Pakistan, 100 million conventional incandescent street lights are needed to be replaced with LED, OLED lights or smart devices. In the financial year 2014-15, Pakistan has spent $100 million to import LED lights, and this figure is increasing year by year as we are in the process of replacing old conventional lights with the smart LED lights and OLED lights in Pakistan, and most of the lights are being imported from China. By replacing the conventional lights with LED lights, Pakistan can save up to 1,000 megawatt of energy. And being a developed country, this is a huge amount of energy we can save by replacing the street lights with the LED lights. And government has also reduced the custom duty on import of parts of LED lights from 25% to 5% to encourage the installation of smart LED lights. And in this regard, just to educate the people and to show the importance of the LED lights and its benefits and its advantages. And we also try to arrange some expos, just like Light Pakistan Expo take place at Lahore, and its dates will be announced at the website address given below. And recently, government has also introduced a package for the local people, inhabitants of the city, wherein they can replace their lights fixtures installed at home by free of cost by returning the old conventional lights to the public office, and from where they can get LED lights free of cost. And this was one of the initiative taken by the Capital Development Authority just to promote the LED lights in the capital. Next, thank you. I think this was the last slide. And thank you so much for watching and listening to me. Any questions will be welcome.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Mansha. If we receive any questions, we'll make sure to deliver them to you. And we also look forward to enjoying the video clip that you have shared with us, which will be played during the second break time later into the program. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It will be an honor for me.
All right. The next city we will take a look at is Jinju, Korea. Let us now watch the video presentation on the city of Jinju created by Jo Min-kook, head of the landscape lighting team in the Housing Scenery Division of Jinju City. Here it is.
Greetings. I am Min-kook Jo, landscape lighting team leader of Jinju City Hall. Jinju City, with 1,000 years of history, is a city of culture and art. It is also home to 360,000 people and located in the center of the southern part of Korea. An old Korean saying goes, Pyongyang is best for north and Jinju for south. As it shows, Jinju has been representing southern part of Korea in historical and cultural perspectives. Until today, it has preserved lots of historical and natural heritages. Out of many, I'd like to highlight Namgang River, Jinju Fortress, and Choksongru Pavilion, and they are the great pride of Jinju citizens, and it is historical and cultural heritages that can't be seen anywhere else. This area has been center to inherit Jinju Yudung Festival and Kaechon Art Festival. And as you can see, we have had long history to enjoy beautiful light and night scene, so the city has made the efforts to make more systematic light management. So first of all, we set out mid and long-term nightscape master plan, which serves as a comprehensive lighting plan. And we also replaced street lights with the LED lamps to invigorate the activities in night. It helped us improve illumination during the night and reduce the utility cost. And in order to create lighting scene unique to Jinju City, we built the light network, which combines scenery access to hubs. It enhances the dignity and the status of the city with a majestic nightscape, which reflects many scenery, heritages, and stories. For detail, the city is divided into 5 zones, such as gateway, connection, natural and historical resources, and living and culture. According to each zone, we has pushed forward many different projects, and it is a part of efforts to make the best nightscape for the city. And there are 5 lighting principles in place, including non-glare and lower color temperatures between 2700 to 3500 Kelvin, high color rendering index, and pleasant shading, and energy saving and lighting control operation. All of these are the parts of efforts to create elegant and customized lighting environment for the city. Based on that, we try to incorporate lighting environment into the city, and we believe that will boost the local economy. So please pay attention to my city and find some chance to visit us. This is the conclusion of the introduction of City of Jinju and its lighting-related policies. Now, I'd like to show you short promotional video with the night sceneries of Jinju. Thank you.